Things just took a shocking turn. We've got a major San Diego Padres update. We got to talk about Fernando Tatis getting hit in the arm and how this somehow turned not into worst case scenario. What's going on, everybody? I'm Christian Pedersen. Welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest. This is the part of the show where I try in one breath to welcome you into the show and remind you, please, can I do the YouTube thing of hit the subscribe button? I won't bug you again about it. I swear. All right, let's talk baseball. I will show you that clip one more time because when this happened, I'll tell you this. I thought worst case scenario, it's broken. He's dead. Our season is over. Burn the franchise. Let's switch to being basketball people. I'm going to go watch minor league hockey. A lot of that. It was not good to see live in real time. It was also not necessarily fantastic just as somebody myself who, I'm not queasy, but like seeing this welt pop up immediately afterwards, it was reasonable to think, okay, there's going to be at least some period of time where immediately, we just came back from getting Merrill's coming back, Cronenworth's coming back. We just reactivated Lockridge. Arraez comes out, just as the team's getting healthy. Of course, the baseball gods are going to strike us down and wreck our best player. And of course, it's going to come against the stupid, lowly-ass Pirates, and they're Austin Keller, more like Helen Keller. Get out of here with hitting somebody. He's hit two people in the last 5 starts he's had, or last 5 games for the Pirates. I was angry. Obviously, I was flustered. I was looking at all this. I went to my number one injury source, Pro Football Dog. He calls himself Sports Injury Central now. It's Pro Football Dog. It's David Chow on Twitter. And he immediately, the first reaction was that it's not the swelling of a fracture. This one was of broken blood vessels. We then got later good news after the game. It was coming out. Mike Shildt was saying that the MRI was negative for any fractures or breaks. But to me, the shocking update is we fast forward 12 hours from last night's game, recently removed from that injury. And what do we have? We have tentatively good news to tell you, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to say here in terms of, is this good news or bad news? I know that I certainly felt like it was a shocking update, but it's that Fernando Tatis is back in the lineup the next day. I think if nothing else, it is a holy hell. That's just great. Divine Sports Gospels kind of summarized it with this one, that we're just all stoked. And to me, it is kind of shocking. The shocking part of this update is not that Fernando Tatis is a tough guy. We know he's a baller. We know he's not a softy who's just sort of like, oh no, the weather's not right. I'm not like, he's a tough guy. He's a baller. He is a great player. He is here for the right reasons. But the shocking part to me is that somehow this, call it an injury, call it a bump, call it a bruise, whatever you want to call it. I think it's safe to say it having a knot that is this size on your forearm, which that's part of the swing. Everything is part of the swing, but the moving of your forearms and wrists and then the hitting of the bat vibrating through your forearm, you're going to keep feeling that. And to not have him miss a game, especially a game against a Pittsburgh team that most likely the Padres could win a game or two against without him, especially Skeen's not in the lineup. It's a left-handed pitcher, so Fernando's obviously, as a left-handed starter for this game as of May 3rd, don't know when you're watching this. This might be a day or two or 10 weeks or 10 months or 10 years after this happens, so apologies when I'm saying here's what's happening today, but it's a lefty pitcher coming out they're starting for the Pirates. So for them to put a righty in makes sense, but to them have it be a righty with this kind of injury, that's shocking to me that Fernando isn't going to even miss just a maintenance day. I would have thought, like I said, initially upon seeing it, I thought, oh my God, it's over. We just got guys out. Like I said, all that. But I thought that this was going to be the end. Whether or not this ends up being something where he has a little bit of, just doesn't swing his best for the next couple of days is yet to be seen. So it would not surprise me if maybe maybe he's not an everyday guy for the next 2 weeks, especially with Lockridge coming back as of yesterday for us recording this, and Merrill coming back in 2 days as of us recording this. It wouldn't surprise me then if maybe that is a perfect little, hey, Nando, we're going to hit you. We're going to DH you at least. We're going to give the arm some sort, like it is his glove arm. He has to use it to extend and dive around in the outfield, if you will. Like, he's such a precious resource for the Padres that I would have assumed he would have missed a game. At least, I mean, if it's not an injury, I would have assumed give him 24 hours to rice it. Rest, ice, compress, elevate, give him a Gatorade, shoot him full of Toradol, let him have a day off. But no, if he's a baller, he's going back out there. We'll see. I would still, like I said, think that there's going to be some wiggle room for whether his day-to-day available. Let me know, though, what you think. Is Fernando just a sick puppy for coming back immediately after this? And is he going to hit? Maybe you think that he's coming back there supercharged and is going to turn this into some great motivator and is going to hit the first pitch he sees 19,000 feet into the Allegheny River. Or maybe you think that this is a bad idea and that we're playing with fire here and that there are worse injuries to happen from it. I think that of all of it, I'm also just kind of like, last night there was some late inning pegging from a guy to it was out of context. It was not anything. I would be curious what's gonna be the retaliatory, if there is gonna be anything, because like this tweet nailed it right here on the way out. Everybody does kind of seem to accidentally throw inside on Tatis and Manny and our boys, and credit to the Padres for not starting an all-out brawl and getting more players ejected and doing something like that. But again, let me know what you think, because I am curious about this. Is more of a non sequitur baseball thing. Are the Pirates do something in return here? You throw at our guy, we're gonna take a high, tight one to. Not that they have a superstar, but I mean, maybe somebody does deserve a little fastball in the ribs. Hit him in the solar plexus for something. I don't know. Like I said, that's not here nor there. Let me know, though, what you think in the comment section. Should Padres dish out some due retaliation for this? Do you think that Mike Shildt is crazy for putting Fernando back out there? Do you think that Fernando should be back out there to send a message? Just let me know in general what you think. Like I said, it's shocking to me from seeing that injury to seeing him in the lineup the next day, but it is a shockingly good update. So, as I always try to end this, good news, Padres fans. The season keeps somehow getting better. Even when we're getting injured, we're still holding on to, like, this is happening. We're doing okay. We'll keep you updated, though, as everything goes on, as always. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button on your way out. If you have not done so already, it would be fantastic for us both. Have a great day.